Hey everybody, it's Jack and welcome back. I've got another awesome video for you all today. It's going to be another CEO interview, and it's actually going to be for a company called Data Communications Management Corp, and I currently am a shareholder of DCM. I'll be sitting down today and interviewing the CEO, Mr. Richard Kellam. He's a fairly new CEO to DCM. He joined a few months ago and he just finished his first full quarter as CEO at DCM. So in this video, I've got some awesome questions to ask him and really see what his priorities are as the new CEO in terms of growing the company and making sure that they have a long-term growth. So again, if you want to see my full review and kind of breakdown of the company, definitely check out the previous video I did here on my channel, where I went in depth on the company, the business model, and why I see value and growth potential in DCM. But with that being said, let's dive into the video. So just quickly before we get into the interview, I just wanted to remind you that Data Communications Management Corp trades under the ticker symbol DCM. And at the time of filming this video, it's trading around $1 per share and has a market cap of $44 million. So this is quite a small cap company. And the actual PE ratio is what I think makes this company super attractive moving forward. It's priced extremely low at a PE ratio of 6.76, which is almost unheard of. So this is a lot of things going for it. Not only this, but DCM actually has an analyst rating and a price target at north of $3 per share over the next 12 months. So I definitely think this could be a $3 to $4 stock, maybe not over the next 12 months, but definitely over the next few years, which from the current price offers a huge upside of over 300% for DCM moving forward. And I'll actually do my best to link down below in the comments section the actual link to the analyst that did the rating of a $3.60 price target, so you can actually read through their analysis and see the points that they make. And if we actually look at how the stock's been trading, it is on quite a bit of a dip over the past few months. You can see that late June, it was trading at almost $1.50 per share. It's now dropped down to $1. So quite a substantial drop over the past few months. However, it does have a little bit of a support level at this dollar range, and it has been steadily staying at this dollar range and has not dropped below. So this is nice to have. And again, DCM is one of the stocks I'm most excited about moving forward. So I hope you guys enjoy this interview. Let's hop into the interview with the CEO of DCM, Mr. Richard Kellam. Awesome. Well, welcome everybody. I'm excited and pleased to be joined today by the CEO of Data Communications Management Corp, DCM, Mr. Richard Kellam. Welcome, Richard.
Thanks, Jack.
So before we dive into the questions, what I'd like to do is usually start off by asking if you could maybe just give a quick overview of DCM and the company, maybe for anybody who's new or just hearing of DCM for the first time in today's video.
Okay. Yeah, so DCM is a large marketing communication organization, been in business for about 60 years, works with 70 of the top 100 companies in Canada, 3 of the top 5 government agencies. And really what we do is help them kind of simplify their marketing complexities and marketing workflow. I know that sounds like a big word, marketing workflow, but the fact is, I get this question a lot from friends. What do you do at DCM? We do a lot of stuff, right? Anything from kind of conventional print to highly customized communication for for individuals or for companies. So, kind of simplistically put, we're kind of a marketing services company that helps large enterprises kind of simplify that marketing workflow.
Okay, awesome. Yeah, that's great. So my first question is more towards you and not necessarily DCM, but I know some of your past experiences include senior roles at companies like Goodyear, Mars, Molson, and a few others. I was curious as to how come you chose to come back to Canada and join DCM.
Yeah, a great question, Jack. So I was actually outside Canada for about 17, 18 years, worked in a bunch of different countries. And as you said, for a bunch of large organizations. I came back to Canada between gigs, I'll call it, and ran a company here in Toronto, which was an international consulting company called Advantage. And I was really there to, help the owner, just kind of build a better business, and did that for a couple of years. And then I took a little break in my career, deciding if I wanted to go international again. And I had a couple of interesting international opportunities. But I started consulting for DCM for a few months, a consulting gig, and really help DCM understand the opportunities to kind of rethink their position as a digital marketing organization, right? So move from kind of a print organization or a print workflow organization to more of a digital workflow organization. So did that for a couple of months and really got to know the company well, understand, who they are, what they do, what value they bring to clients. And I was like, super, I didn't know DCM at all, even in my prior world, kind of living in Canada, but I was incredibly amazed with the value they were bringing to clients and frankly, the opportunity to really, kind of accelerate the digital capabilities of the enterprise. So I got, really excited about it through the consulting work, and the consulting work, kind of led to the gig, or led to the role that I'm in now. So that's kind of why I'm here. And there's so many great things about the company from a capability standpoint, from a people leadership, and the value that we're bringing to clients, that it just felt like the right opportunity at the right time. So, and happy to be working for an organization in Canada as well, right, after so many years international. So
Yeah, right on. That's nice to hear the backstory and how it all came together. So for my next question, you are fairly new as the CEO at DCM. I think you just finished your first full quarter, if I'm not mistaken. So I was kind of curious, what's been the major focuses and priorities, or maybe challenges, over the first few months as the CEO at DCM?
yeah, so first was kind of stepping back with the team to help on thinking about the future, right? What do we want to be, and where do we want to go as a company moving forward? And that was kind of the first 100 days. So really getting the strategy in place to build what I call a better business as well as a bigger business over time. And we've got 13 kind of active change management projects to do exactly that, to build a better business and a bigger business. So really helping with strategy, and trying to institutionalize, right, create the workflow around that strategy. So it was one big kind of workflow, if you will, in my first 100 days, and then making sure that we've got the right team on board to lead and to support that strategy over time. And we're now call it into the execution side of that strategy now, right? And we all know that execution is a strategy, so we need to execute that very effectively. But that's kind of what I've been focused on my first 3 months here, 4 months here, and now we're getting really good traction and acceleration of our strategic deployment.
Awesome. Yeah, that makes sense. So my next question is about how the world is moving more digital, and we're seeing, less of an emphasis on those more conventional print solutions. And I know you mentioned it, that you're moving from a print first company to a digital first company. I was wondering if you could maybe just touch on that, what exactly you guys are doing. And I know you have some new kind of, or newer revenue models, such as DCM Flex. Maybe you can also touch on that.
Yeah. So, the market's been moving for a number of years, as you know. It's not new because I've joined the company that, all of a sudden digital's, kind of the new opportunity for us. The market has been moving, right? You think of consumer movements, you think of how consumers are consuming media in today's world, right? A lot of that media is now digital media versus print media. Think of how marketers are trying to individualize communication. It's a lot easier to individualize communication through digital than it is to individualize communication through print, right? So the market has been moving. And actually, we've done a pretty good job keeping pace with the changes in the marketplace. In fact, about 32% of our business is what we call tech-enabled. And what I mean by tech-enabled is it starts with digital. The workflow could end up in print or could end up in digital, but that workflow is managed through digital technology, right? Simplifying complexity through digital capabilities, through tech-enabled capabilities. So we've actually been kind of on the curve. I wouldn't say we've been ahead of the curve, but we've been on the curve. The opportunity for us is to accelerate that curve. So yeah, I just think of our clients, and you think about kind of how they're communicating and how they're working with their customer base. If a lot of that historically would have been print, a lot of that is now moving to digital. I'm not saying that print is going to go away. Print will always be here, but what print looks like in the future may look very different than what print looked like in the past. And I can tell you from our experience, even a lot of the print flow or workflow we're doing today is highly customized print workflow. And I'll give you a couple of examples, or I'll give you one example. We do a lot of work in FIs, in financial institutions across Canada, and and we're working with a bunch of different divisions. Let's talk about, kind of private wealth. In private wealth, you may be a private wealth advisor, and you've got to communicate with your clients, and you got to prospect for new clients. A lot of that communication with clients and prospecting for new clients historically would have been done in print, sending flyers out, sending information out,
Yeah.
right, updating them on markets. Um, a lot of that today is still in print, but it's more individualized, right? So I want to tell a story to a client, and I want the client to feel that it's personal. But if I'm going out there and I'm individualizing communication in print to say 2,000 or 3,000 clients, I need to figure out how to automate that. It's going to be tough for me to type emails to 2,000 or 3,000 people, right? So that's kind of the value we bring to that use case or that example, still flowing through to print, and a lot of that obviously flows through to email or direct mail as well, right? Direct online mail. So, and that's what I mean about sort of the complexities and about the individualized experiences, and that's kind of the value we bring to the market, Jack. We're not a trade printer. We don't
Yep.
long runs of one SKU. We don't do. There's not a lot of margin in it. We like to say we love complexity, right? So the more complexity, the more SKUs, the lower the volume, the higher the complexity. That's the work that we love to get our arms around, and the complexity we like to solve for clients.
Yeah, that's awesome. So the next question is actually from an audience member, Nicholas. So he said, with over 70% of the biggest Canadian brands as clients, what are some of your strategies for growth moving forward? Are you looking at more international opportunities or expanding upon the relationships you have with clients today?
Yeah, great question, and I guess the answer is yes to both. But let's talk about the 70 of 100 clients today. Um, because we've got fantastic relationships, and a lot of those relationships are long-standing relationships. There's more value that we can bring to those clients. In fact, there's more clients that are unaware of DCM's total capabilities than are aware of our total capabilities. Right? A lot of clients that we've been working with for a number of years still see us as a traditional printer. They don't know that we've got incredible kind of digital workflow capabilities. So we can help those existing clients do a lot more than what they're doing with us today. So that's kind of deepening the relationship and increasing penetration within our existing client base. And then, of course, we're always out there, prospecting for new clients and new verticals. I think cannabis is a great example. That was a new vertical, 3 or 4 years ago, and it's now a $15 million business for us, and an actively growing business for us as well. And we're working to penetrate that market in the U.S. right now through multi-state operators. So back to your question, it's penetration of existing clients with new value offerings that we, quite frankly, are highly skilled and capable of delivering. So getting companies to know the new DCM, it's penetrating new companies within existing verticals, and it's penetrating new verticals, and it's also penetrating new markets. U.S. obviously being the biggest opportunity for us within cannabis right now.
Yeah, I think both of those alleyways are worth targeting, and I'm glad you guys are doing both. So kind of lastly, the last question I kind of want to have for you today is if you could just leave the audience with your favorite thing about DCM or one of the things you find most exciting moving forward with DCM.
I love the team I work with every day. We have a fantastic team, highly skilled, super capable, highly competent, know the industry, high learning agility as well, right? They wake up every day and they want to learn something new. And I said it honestly, right? I've worked with a lot of, highly skilled, highly competent teams in the past, and this is certainly the best or one of the best I've worked with. So I love the team. I think we're well, kind of positioned and fit for the future just based on the team we've got. High learning agility as well, right? You want to work with people that love to learn and have the capability to learn as well. So that's probably what excites me most. We've got a clear strategy. We've got a clear path. We're working with fantastic clients, super happy with the progress we're making with our entire client base. And it's now about accelerating momentum. And, we've got the team to do it. Sure, there's got to be, some upskilling in certain areas. But we've got the learning agility and we've got the capability there. So.
Amazing. Well, that kind of wraps up all the questions I had for you today. I appreciate you taking the time and the insights you've given. So thanks a lot, Richard.
Thank you, Jack. Appreciate the opportunity to connect.
Thanks. So there you have it. That was my sit down and chat with the CEO of DCM, Richard Kellam. He is super knowledgeable in the space, and his past experiences at huge companies in the US, such as Molson, Goodyear, Wrigley, Mars, you name it. He's got really good experience as an executive or senior role at those large companies. And he's a fairly new CEO for DCM, but he has a lot of great things already going and helping to grow the business. And really, like he said, move it from that print first company to a digital first company and really bring value to their huge client list in the digital form. Remember, they have 70 of the top 100 largest Canadian companies as their clients, which is great, which is one of the reasons I really love this company. And I have been investing into this company over the past few months. So I'm personally really excited to see how DCM grows over the coming years. And it was awesome to sit down and be able to chat with the CEO of the company and hear his thoughts and opinions on how he plans to grow the business. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. As always, smash that like button. Make sure to subscribe to the channel. Lots more content coming your way. I'll see you in the next one.